What? What? Boys? Ooh, got a little foggy. Little AC to heat ratio here. Squeaky, squeaky, squeaky. Yeah, that's better. Saturday morning, we're back after the track. About to get this thing unloaded and see exactly what we broke, y'all. I don't know what we tore up underneath this thing. Shoot, I might leave it on the trailer. So there's some splines in here that a lot of people say to replace that I didn't. Obviously, you see this differential's been leaking a little bit, so yeah, not real sure what we tore up, but we tore something up. Somebody said it might be the splines at the end of the axles. I don't think so. These axles are rated for like 1,000 horsepower, so I really don't think the power this thing's making that we broke an axle. But yeah, we're gonna start tearing this thing. See, new shocks, axles, springs. Finally got our exhaust done right, and now we're tearing up rear ends. So I'm probably just gonna order a whole new rear end, differential, and the splines, just depending on what I find today. We'll see. I'm not real disappointed, to be honest. Not saying I wanted to break it, but I ran my 12.5. I wanted like a 12.8. I got a 12.5. Pretty happy with that on a stock bottom end cam motor. I think that's running pretty good. So get this thing off the trailer and I guess just start digging in it. It's probably gonna be a couple day video between ordering parts and figuring out what's wrong, but there's only one way to figure out what's wrong, and that's digging this thing. So that's what I'm about to start doing. Yep, motor sounds good. It still moves under its own power right now, but just barely. As soon as I get over like 4 or 5 mile an hour, it just revs out and slips. So something in the rear end, start tearing this thing apart. Quick update. Axle's held up good. I daggone sure would have broke one of those before I broke the diff. About to get in here, pop those off, I guess. Get this diff cover off. Not exactly sure. I guess that bracket there, right here, I'm guessing that comes off with the front of the diff cover. I'm not sure. My first time pulling apart a ute. So, about to get this thing torn apart some more. Woo! The exhaust dropped, cut out, don't mind this. This is where I dropped my exhaust a couple times when I was trying to do it myself, but this is what my boy Rollins welded up. Look at them welds, killed it. Put the cutouts on them. So I've got that drop, like I showed y'all, axles out. The diff is loose. Let's see it right there. It's loose. I just got to get it loose from the drive shafts and figure out what I need to do right there. I guess once I get it loose from the drive shaft, that won't come with it. Anyway, I don't know what I'm doing. I'm just winging this, guys. But I'm about an hour and a half in. If you got a shop, this would not be a bad job. Driveway's a little rough. We're getting it done. Ba-boom. So, I think I'm about 3 hours in it total in a driveway. So in the shop, I don't think it'd be that bad. The hardest part is, if you can imagine, this is looking straight. That's looking straight at the back end. So these two bolts here, you get from the back end in between the frame, not too bad because you have room to like pivot and unbolt it. These four are super easy, get an impact to them right out, no problem. Drive shaft wasn't even a problem. I didn't have to spin it or anything. You should be able to put a swivel socket on it. There's 3 bolts and then another 3 bolts for this thing that's in there, like a buffer bushing. I don't really know, y'all. But these 2 bolts are up against the body of the car, and they are on the other side of that. Really pain in the butt. The only thing I could get to them was a 17-inch open end wrench, wherever that's at. I threw it out here somewhere, but anyway, all you can get to it is with one of these. You can't get a socket up there, you can't get the impact up there, and it's really tight. I had to put it up there, lock it on the bolt like this, and then take a flathead and wedge it in between the drive shaft and get it to break loose, and then I could get up there and do like little quarter turns. But it was really tight for them 2 bolts. Them 2 bolts literally took longer than taking the axles out. So you got to drop the exhaust, you got to take your axles out, and then take the drive shaft loose to get the pumpkin out. But I say overall, versus paying a shop to do this, if you have the time and means, drop it, take it to a shop, get it rebuilt, put it back in yourself. It'll save you a bunch of money probably, because I'm sure a shop would charge $300-400 for this. I don't make $100 an hour, $120 an hour. Most people don't make $120 an hour, so if you can save $120 an hour doing it yourself, it's not that bad. But we got it out. I really need to pull these and look inside here and see if the spline's messed up. The only thing that's getting me, y'all, is the fact that, so when I spin each side, you can hear it spinning, but it's spinning smooth. So I'm kind of like, if that's not what I tore up, what did I tear up? I hope it's not the transmission. So I don't know. I just don't think it was the transmission, because I've had transmissions go out on me before and didn't feel like the transmission. It felt like the rear end was broken, and it would start to go, but then it would like act like it's skipping teeth as soon as you put a load on it. Yeah, so we'll see. I'm gonna get this thing pulled apart and see what the problem is. I was I got 9% battery on this puppy. I was a little late on updating y'all, but the rear diff is fine. We looked through it. It looks fine. I ordered some splines for it because everybody said that's the next fail point. Well, we got her back in. I'm waiting on the new splines from G-Force now, because everybody said the rear end will hold up, but the splines are the weak point. So we're about to get the drive shaft bolted back on, wait on them splines, and obviously, transmission got to come out. It do look like there's some fluid up there, though. It do like some fluid. But anyway, so diff's going back in. It's cleaned up, resealed. About to put some fresh fluid in it. Hook up that drive shaft. And then I wanted to go turbo 400, but I just don't think I'm ready for a project right now. So I'm gonna go build 4L60, 4L80, something.
Might just stick to 60.
Might just stick to 60, but it's gonna be built by like FTI or Monster, somebody like that. But anyway, I'm gonna get this drive shaft bolted back up, and I'll check in as soon as I get my splines in. Back at it again in my red car. Boys, so the diff is back together. I got my G4 splines in. Everybody said that I will explode my rear diff before these go. So I got my new splines in. I got my one-piece Henson drive shaft in. Got my G-force axles about to go back on. So come to find out, after pulling the diff and everything, it was the transmission. Talked to RPM. RPM has me a X series transmission coming. Their X series transmission is rated for 8,000 horsepower. We don't have to worry about that puppy. We can run it on this motor, we can boost it, we'll be good. 1,000 horsepower rated, have the transmissions billet. RPM said no sweat. You put 750, 800 on it, it'll just eat it all day. So I could have went with like a 6 plus, and it would have been fine for like 700 horsepower. It was about $1,000 difference. I sent it. I said, just send me the X, the baddest thing you got, because I don't want transmission problems anymore. They said on the way. So 6 to 8 weeks. It's gonna be a little prolonged. I'm gonna go ahead and end this video off here. I'm gonna get this put back together, and then we're gonna be at my buddy's shop when we get this transmission put in. So as soon as it hits my doorstep, we'll check back in on an update with this. Appreciate y'all. Thank y'all for tuning in. Like, subscribe, comment. I'm gonna keep the action coming. We're gonna get the GTO back running, and then I'll tell y'all about my next project.